Hello everybody, welcome back to my page. I'm Laura with Chocolate to Chocolate Design. Say hi when you jump on. Hit that heart button for me. Let me know that you're here and that you're watching. You guys hear this every night. I know you know the drill. In just a second, I'll have a keyword ready for you to type in. When I give you this keyword, go ahead and type that into the comments. And then I will send you a message with a supply list with links for all the things that we're using tonight. Not just the stuff on my site, but all the extras as well. As many links as I could possibly provide for you. Okay? So, the word for tonight is spooky. S-P-O-O-K-Y. That's right, you guys. We're going to do a Halloween project. And I know, some of you might say, well, Laura, I don't do Halloween. I'm going to ask that you guys stay anyhow and that you watch this video because some of the techniques that I'm going to show you tonight can definitely be transferred over into other things that you might want to do. Okay, so just because you don't do the Halloween thing doesn't mean you might not learn something tonight and still be able to use that for other holidays that you do celebrate, okay? All right, let me say hi to all my friends as you guys jump on. Hey, Tracy. Hello, Linda. Hi, Lynn and Christine. Hello, Kelly and Leanne. Hi, Mindy. Hello, Wendy and Donna and Pam. Hey, Carol. Hey, Susan. Gosh, I feel like I haven't seen you in a while, Sue. How are you doing? Hey, Valerie. Hello, Lynn and Carol. I said hi already, but hi again. Hello to all my friends. Oh, my goodness. Hi, Cheryl. My nose always itches when I come on here, too. Hi, Kathy. Look at that. I didn't have to think about it today. I got it right. The more I pick on you, the faster it's going to come to my head. I promise. Hello, Tracy. How are you doing? You guys, if you are not yet following Tracy at Rustic Designs by Tracy, please do that right now. You should be able to look at her name and her picture, and it'll have a follow button right next to it. If you're not yet following her, please do so. She is a good friend of mine, and she is amazing at everything that she does. So I hope that you guys can find some inspiration there as well. Hey, Nancy and Carol. All right, you guys, we've got 29 more comments. I'm going to scroll down. I love every one of you, and thank you so much for coming on tonight. Yay, Christine! Thank you, Jackie. The apple jar has already sold, and so has the Oh Hello Winter, you guys. So I will get those packaged up soon and sent out, and my wall behind me will remain bare for a little bit. All right, so a little while ago, I think you guys will remember, we did these really cute bookmarkers. And I did a couple of them live and tried to do one of them in reverse. And then I realized that acetate sheets were the way to go. And everybody was messaging me going, Laura, what are acetate sheets? You need to do another tutorial and you need to show these things to us. So here I am tonight showing you guys the acetate sheets and a little bit more. Hi, Vicki. Haven't seen you in a bit too. Oh my gosh, everybody's jumping on tonight. I love this. Hi, Lori. Okay, you guys, so here it is. These right here are acetate sheets. If you type the word spooky into the comments right now, there is a link to these on Amazon. It is an associate link, which means that if you purchase these on Amazon after watching my video by using my link, you're welcome, Tracy, then I will get a little bit of a kickback from Amazon. You guys, it's like quarters of, like, it's a percentage of pennies on the dollar. It's not much at all, but it's still something, and every little bit counts. But that's what the package looks like, and this is what it is. Now, for any of you guys who are older than probably 35, you probably know what these are. Because you remember being in school and your teacher would write things on a projector. And that's exactly what these are. These are little projector papers that are clear, okay, completely clear. This is what we're going to use tonight for our project. And I think I only need one of these. Now, you guys, I'm going to throw that right down there at my feet. I went ahead and got started with our project a little bit early today because I knew that this was going to take a little bit of time. Okay, you remember them? Yes. Yay, happy birthday, Maya. All right, so what I did, we're actually going to do some coasters tonight. And I went ahead this morning. Yeah, they're overhead sheets. They sure are. They're the exact same things, overhead projector sheets. And I started off by, I went ahead and put resin, a little bit of the 2-part epoxy resin into my coaster molds. Now, you guys, I'm going to warn you right now that this is going to be, thank you so much, Brenda. This is going to be a 2-part series tonight because I actually have 2 ideas of 2 different ways that we can do this using both UV resin and the epoxy resin. So we're going to continue this tomorrow. Obviously, we would need to. But I filled 4 out of 5 of my coasters with resin this morning, thinking that there were only 4, and then found another one. Found another one. So apparently there are 5. And now I realize that this one has nothing in it. Oh, awesome. So this one right here, I'm gonna start this one tonight, but we're not gonna finish this one tonight, okay? All right, so here's what we're gonna do. These have already been sitting since about 9 o'clock this morning. No, I'm lying, 11 o'clock this morning, okay? So they got roughly 14 hours of sit time. They're not completely cured, but they are cured enough that they no longer leave an impression, but we can't pull them out of here yet, okay? You got some because of you used them before. Have a whole box still unused. Oh my gosh, Tracy, you got to use them. All right, so we're going to do probably 2 of these tonight. 2 of these tonight, and we're just going to kind of start the process, okay? I think. I might decide to do more. Yeah, I'm going to do more. I'm just trying to figure it out. So the thing about these molds is that this right here is actually the front of your coaster. You want the bottom to be your front so that it's nice and flat. And this part right here is going to be the back side of it. Now it's self-leveling, so it should level up anyhow. But this is supposed to be the front side here. The back side might be a little bit more wavy, bubbly, things like that if you're new to this, okay? So, you guys, what we're going to do, thank you so much, Lorraine, is I'm using this transfer here tonight. This one is called Spooky Scenes, and it's about perfect for these coasters. So we're going to open this up, and what I want to start off doing is just measuring up the area because you can see that the actual square part is all that we need. That's all that we need is just that square part. So, oh, my tape measure's in the other room. Nope, I've got this one. See? Mm-hmm. I'm going to measure this first, and we're going to find out that this is roughly 4 by 4. Will 4 by 4 fit in here? No, it will not. So our coaster mold is only 3.5 wide by 3.5 wide. So we cannot cut our transparency film to be larger than that because it won't fit in the coaster mold. Okay, so let's go ahead and cut this into different sections that are 3.5 by 3.5. Okay, you love that transfer? Yay! And you can do this with any transfer at all. I'm going to put this in my little measuring thing here. This is the easiest way to do it. We're going to go 3.5 inches. I'm going to go slightly less just to make sure that it fits in there perfectly. Hi, Roxanne. And I only need a couple of these. So I'm going to save this sheet and put it back in my container later. Later. And then we're going to do another a little bit less than 3.5. Okay. And one more. One more. I should be able to get a couple of them, quite a few out of this. All the stuff to do resin bookmarks, but ran out of energy to work on them. I get it, girl. I spent all day today running errands. We went to lunch with my aunt. 2 of my aunts, actually, we went to lunch with. And then I had to go and get new tags for both of my trucks. new registrations and proof of insurance for my truck. And then I have a truck, and then John and I have a truck together. And I had to renew the tags on both of those today. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And then we went and got a little bit of school shopping today as well. And Evan got a haircut. Just out and about all day today. All right. So we're going to take our transfer piece. And we're going to score this right on those lines to separate those pieces. Okay, so these lines are just your separation spots. I love that sound. And I'm going to come back around one more time just to make sure that all of my edges have been cut. Because if they're not, and you accidentally pull them, you could be pulling the entire thing. Hi, Barb. All right, we're going to pick 2 of these tonight. And I think the ones that I want to pick are going to be the top 2. And we're going to save these 2 for tomorrow. Hi, Joni. Maybe it's a good thing I only did 4. When do they start school? You know, Debbie, you're not the first person to ask me that, and I don't know. Sometime next month. And I think that it's like the last week in August. But I am not, oh, thanks, Lisa Maria. I am not one of those parents who, I don't know. You got, okay, maybe not one, maybe that's not the way to put it. You guys, and this year especially, am more in a saver mode than I am a spender mode. And so, the idea of going to the store and spending tons of money on school supplies has got me just kind of feeling sick in my tummy, okay? I don't like it. August 4th, oh my gosh, no, Brenda. August 12th, I think our kids will go back like the 24th, something like that. And so I tend to pick up school supplies a little bit at a time for the stuff that I just know they're going to have. Worked the food pantry in the morning. We have stacks the shelves. Went to lunch and got a haircut, ran home and fed the chickens, went to the school for the food pantry to work, got home around 6:30. Oh my gosh, you've had a busy day too. You've had a really busy day. All right, so I'm going to use 2 colors tonight on this project. We're going to use Regal and we're going to use Shimmer Shadow, because currently these 2 colors are a combination set that's on sale with our Christmas in July, and they are perfect for Halloween, okay? So what you need to know, that's crazy, Brenda. That's crazy. What you need to know about the acetate sheets, y'all, is that this is going to be, treat this like it's glass, okay? You want to fuzz your transfer really, really well. And then you want to put this on here chalk fast and then pull it up, because the longer that it takes you to do it, the more this is going to stick. Like any sticker, you guys know, the longer the sticker is on something, the harder it is to pull back up. So I'm just going to position this on here as best as I can. I'm totally going to make a mess with this. I can already tell I'm going to make a mess with this. It's going to be everywhere. Okay? Definitely. We're just going to push this down on here as best as we can. And I'm going to do this one here in Shimmer Shadow, right on top of that acetate sheet. All the way around. I can clean my surface later. And we're going to work fast on that sheet, y'all. And I do have an air bubble, but it's right in the kitty. Oh, there's still more of the sheet down there. I want to cover all of it. All right, once that's done and you're able to get that all off of there, you did some crafting today. Awesome. Hi, Jerry. We're going to pull up our transfer, and you guys, pull it up carefully, and you're gonna have to hold it down somehow, some way. Hold, please. Okay, I got it off of there. We're creating on acetate sheets right now. It's a little bit messy because they're smaller than the transfer is. All right. What do I need here? Depending on the brand of acetate you buy, it might, I missed it. Maybe I should have cut it the size afterwards. Might have a clear film on it to keep it from scratch. This one does not. You guys, if I would have done this and then cut it afterwards, it would have been a lot less messy. Just so you know, if I would have cut to size second, because now I'm dragging it through all that extra. We're good though. Hi, Deborah. Lesson learned, y'all. Lesson learned. Cut to size after you chalk it. Thank you so much, Mary Ann. Still. All right, let's dry this up. We did the cat in black. Just give it a bit of a dry. I can always come back and clean off the back side of it once this side is dry and fix it if I want to. So there we have our cat. I don't know a guy named Sean Stockman. I know it straightened itself out. Isn't that cool, Wendy? I don't even know how that happened. I don't know him. Did he say my name? Like, I mean, I've been drunk before. Mona, was he cute? I did not go there, y'all, but I did. All right. Let's go ahead and do the castle. Maybe this time instead what I'll do is lay something down. I don't think I have anything. Let's use one of these. This is just a silicone mat, but it's a little bit bigger. Hi, Julie. We can always wash this thing off too. And we're going to do the Great Haunted House in the purple. I missed that. What was the comment? He does lawn care business and has a YouTube. John might know him. I don't know though. The name doesn't sound familiar to me. Oh, this should work a lot better. All right. Let's do this one. Thanks you guys for all the stars. We're going to do this one right here in Regal. Regal. I do know that you can melt acetate. I was very careful with my heat thing. Yes. It's kind of like our transfers. That doesn't take a lot to dry our transfers. And so when I wash mine live and then I use my heat tool to dry them, you want to do it carefully. Great point, Jackie. Thank you. Oh, I don't think I want to put that in there yet. All right, you guys, let's try this one. I'm trying to peel it far enough that I can hold it down. He's 43. What part of Michigan is he from? Oh, shucks. I looked up. High Creations by J&J. I have black on my hands. No surprise there. No surprise there. And I just messed up my design a little bit when I looked up and tried to pull at the same time. We're good. We're good. It's good. It's good. I should have cut the acetate sheets afterwards, you guys. Should have taped it down, probably. There's a lot of shoulda, coulda, wouldas already happening tonight. A lot of shoulda, coulda, wouldas. Like I said, you can learn a thing or two about what to do and what not to do from me tonight. Because that's how I teach. Not just what to do, but also what don't do. What not to do. All right. You guys, clean enough. Clean enough. Now my nose is running and everything. Oh my goodness. All right, here we go. Just enough to dry the paste. Not enough to burn or melt the acetate sheet, okay? It does not take much. It does not take much. And I'm going to go ahead and fix that little part of my design. By just painting in where it was that I kind of messed it up a little bit. Now it just looks like the moon's hanging. No big deals. Well, you're so welcome. I made it work. That's all that matters. Yes. All right, you guys. So here's what we're going to do next. You guys ready for this? I hope you are. I got a bunch of crazy stuff going on. We're going to take our pieces right here that have already got a small layer of that resin already mostly cured. And then I'm going to take my acetate sheet and I'm just going to lay this down face down. I would, but he's already in bed. I'm going to lay this face down inside my mold. Okay, because remember, if you've got words, then you want them to be facing the right way. That's true too. That is true. So these should fit in here just about perfectly, but I made them a little bit small so that that resin can go underneath them too and just kind of fill in a little bit. But they're essentially going to just melt right in there. Thank you, Linda. All right, you guys, so our next step in this, we're gonna pour another layer of resin over top of this. But I'm gonna use colored resin, okay? So I've got a jar here, some cups here. I get these at Hobby Lobby. They've got measurements on them, but I'm not paying any attention to the measurements tonight. I think I need about probably about 3 ounces tonight total to do these two. I'm trying to think about how I want to do the other ones. Okay, so I need more than that. Let's just mix up a bunch. Because why not mix up a bunch? Let's mix up a bunch. If not, I'll pour it into other molds and we'll make it happen. All right. So here we go, you guys. Oh boy. I have a container. Midtown Stock Mate. I don't know who that is. I don't, Mona. Really don't know who that is. All right, so these do come with 2 parts. You have a resin and you have a hardener. And I have another one over here, you guys, that's completely unopened. I think I'm going to do, yes, there's 2 parts to the resin. We're going to just do, oh, I need quite a bit. Because I also have to do this guy right here. We're going to go ahead and do 6 ounces. We'll mix up more if we need to. So we'll do 3 ounces of the resin. And these little cups are awesome because they've got little measurements right on there. So you can see exactly how much you've got. Yeah, that name doesn't sound familiar to me at all. All right, so that's the end of that jar of resin. I should be wearing gloves, you guys. Ooh, I should have gloves on, you guys. Use gloves when you're working with resin. Use gloves when you're working with resin. Let's put these babies on. Somebody was about to tell me that. I know you were. I know you were, but I remembered. All right. So 3 ounces of the resin. And I'm just guessing, you guys. Totally just guessing. If you want an exact measurement of how much you're going to need, you can fill your resin molds with water and then measure the water in your cup. Let your molds completely dry out. Let your cup completely dry out. And then use that measurement for how much resin you're going to need. Okay? But I think I'm going to need quite a bit tonight because I've got quite a bit to do. Darlene! I got them on now. All right, so that's 3 ounces of that. And then we're going to add 3 more ounces. 3 plus 3 is 6. So when this gets up to the 6, then I know that I have enough hardener in there to go with it. That one's now empty. Okay, getting this up to the 6. You have to stir for more than 30 seconds. A lot more than 30 seconds, okay? You need to stir this for about 4 minutes. Okay, so could somebody set a timer for me? Because I'm actually going to multitask while I stir. Because I'm a mom. And I'm fairly good at multitasking. Somebody please set a timer for me for about 4 minutes of stirring, you guys. Yeah, like 3 to 4 minutes. You gotta stir it really well. You gotta stir. Anybody, can somebody set a timer and let me know that you've set one? All right, I'm gonna set this aside. Thank you, Carol. Thank you. Got multiple timers going. All right, so you guys, I have another little mold here that I purchased on Temu, and it's got some little bats on it. Okay. So what I want to, no, I can't even, yes, I can. Okay. Can I do this while I stir? That's the question. Maybe, maybe, maybe. I'm going to take a little bitty cup. Again, these are from Hobby Lobby, y'all. A little bitty cup. And some of my UV resin. This is the stuff that hardens instantly, okay? The thing is, with a coaster, you don't want to use UV resin because it's so thick, so you really want to use resin that is epoxy for anything that's thick. For things that are really thin, you can absolutely use the UV. Now, I got myself a neat little UV light, so I don't have to use my flashlight tonight after doing those bookmarkers. So I'm going to pour a little bit of my UV resin right into this cup. About what I think that I'm going to need for this mold. I actually want to make 2 of them. Let's do a little bit more. Okay, scraping my sides, y'all. All right, so I've got, ooh, that started to bubble over. Got my UV resin going. And I'm going to add to my UV resin a little bit of our chalk paste. Y'all, I'm going to add a little bit of our Shimmer Shadow chalk paste to the UV resin and stir. Now, it's not going to take a ton. And we're going to turn this black. Follow the process, you guys. It will harden over time. You want to use it. You want to use it relatively quickly. 1 minute to go. Well, that's about how long I should probably stir this. I don't smell anything, but you probably should have a well-ventilated area. I don't know. I don't know. Probably should. That takes coordination. I cannot pat my stomach and or I cannot pat my head and rub my stomach at the same time, but I can mix 2 jars in opposite directions. One's going clockwise, the other one's going... I don't have any mica powder and I don't have any alcohol ink. We'll find out together. Time's up, somebody said. Oh, thank goodness. All right, you guys, let's let that set for a second. It's not mixing like I had hoped it would. It doesn't mix like it will with the... It's not mixing in like it does with the... with this stuff, but I still think it's going to look good. Right. Scrape sides again. Okay, you guys, it's like, I don't know. I think our bats are still going to look cool. Let's try it. Let's try it. I'm going to pour this right into my mold. It did not turn it black. It kind of just gave it like black glitter. And I'm going to go ahead and just put that right underneath my UV light. And let's give it 120 seconds. And I'm going to just let that one right there go and see what happens, you guys, because I like to experiment and just kind of see. All right. Now what we're going to do is the same thing with this resin, okay? I've got a cup for black and I've got a cup for the purple. So we're going to pour, these are not big enough. Oh, let's go with it anyway. I have an idea. You can use paste with the UV or just with this resin. All right, we're going to put some of this in here. We're going to put some of this in here. I feel like a chemist right now. And then I'm going to set this on a silicone mat so that it will... I did get a new little UV light. Yes, I did. And that link is also to Amazon is also... type the word spooky, and the link is in there with the word spooky, okay? Oh, heck, Joanne, I don't know. I'm experimenting with all of this stuff. We'll see if it'll work in that one. I hope it does. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. I have no idea. We'll find out. I'll be doing everything wrong tonight, huh? All right, so here's some of the purple. This is our Regal. And I'm going to see if we can get the Regal to mix in here. Because I don't have any mica powders that are this color at all. My UV light went off, so we'll find out soon. This is definitely mixing in here, just kind of how I hoped. Just going to take a little bit to mix it. I'm missing some comments, and I have a feeling with the regular resin. Yeah, I know, Carol. My light here has two different settings. One is for 90 seconds, or one's for 60 seconds, and one's for 120 seconds. So I put it on the one for 120 seconds. This actually looks like it's mixing into this resin the same way that it did the UV resin. I think mica powder would have been the way to go. I just don't have any of these colors. So we'll find out together. And I should have mixed that not with my stir stick. I should have mixed that with a popsicle stick. Let's try it, you guys. Let's just try it and see what happens. I feel like it's working out pretty well. Well, let's find out. We're going to find out together. We'll find out tomorrow with the reveal how these ones turn out. All right. So with the black cat, can't get paste to mix in your resin any kind of, yeah, I can't either. It doesn't seem to be working very well for me, but well, that's okay. It's a Halloween one, so I still think that this is cool. It almost looks like it is, it almost looks like it's glittered. For Halloween, I think that this is actually pretty cool. So I just poured that right over top. I'm going to go with what we've got and just kind of see what happens. I ain't scared. How bad could it be? I think that that's going to be pretty cool, you guys. I do. I think it's going to be pretty darn cool. And it's not quite to the top, but I think it's close enough. We're going to let this one be just the way that it is. And tomorrow we'll come back and we'll see the reveal of this one, okay? I'm going to set it back here, because we can't mess with that for 24 hours. Chalk paste. I'm using paste. And then for this one here, we're going to use the black and see how this turned out. Same thing, but I still think it's going to give it a really cool appearance. Especially for something that's Halloween. Especially for Halloween. But I feel like I need more resin in this one. Like this one just did not fill up as well as I had hoped. And I do have an air bubble in there. Oh, there it went. It went away. It went away. All right, let's add just a little bit. Hi, Carlene. Let's just add a little bit of regular resin. I'm going to kind of swirl it. And we'll see how that looks. Because I'm all about just trying different things to see what happens with it. All right, this one right here is good. Okay, we need to set this aside. And tomorrow we can come back and we can check that one out. All right, let's see if the UV resin works in a pink mold. Y'all, it doesn't. What? What? We might not be able to do the bats. Shucks. Shucks. All right, well, while we wait. While we wait, let me see what I do have. That's kind of an orangish red. That's like an orange. That's definitely pink. I have a few mica powders, but not very many. And that's yellow. Let's try that red one. It's going to need 4 minutes under the light. Is that because it's in a pink one? It's the past. It's the paste in it that doesn't allow it to cure. So the light should only be, oh, you guys are right, about 2 to 4 minutes. All right, well, I only had it for 1.5 minutes. We can see if it'll still work. Mix red and yellow to get orange. I kind of like this red one. So my idea was to make a couple of bats. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, you guys, see, I lose my cool. All right, I want to start this one right here. We're going to do this one tomorrow as well with this other idea that I had. So I just want to start this one off with that clear coat layer, because I didn't do that with this one. I missed this one in my thing. And I have some bubbles, and I did buy some alcohol. Oh, really, Tina? Okay. I bought some alcohol to spray on there just to alleviate bubbles. Let's see what happens with it, though. I'm not gonna give up on it just yet because I want this to work. So that's gonna be over 4 minutes once this goes off. You guys, I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. Maybe it just needs more time with the chalk paste. I don't know what else I could possibly put in it that I have that would work. Tina, it's working. I do have a lighter somewhere. I do have a lighter. Yes, the alcohol is 91%. 91% alcohol. Well, you guys, it kind of worked. I kind of have a bat. I feel like I popped him out, but I need to put him back under the light on that way up. I do think that if I would have had a clear one, it would have worked. It just needs, I think it needs more time under the light, Tina. Maybe that's the thing. I want to make one more of these real quick. I'm going to do the same thing. Shucks, I already had the resin for that, didn't I? It was over here. This was the UV resin. What was I thinking? I don't know what I'm thinking. I think so too, Ruth. You're probably right. That one has far less in it, but let's go ahead and just see what happens. I need to stop touching my face with these gloves on though, because now I've got stuff all over my gloves. Could pour that, yep, and then paint them black. You sure could. Well, I think he turned out pretty good, you guys. I think he worked. He definitely looks like a bat. I'm just going to stick him right in here. In just a little bit. All right, so this is our little resin tray thing. And I need to get my resin tray going, okay? So I think I'm going to use, yeah, I'm making another bat right now. I'm going to try this red mica powder. And just, you guys, I'm totally playing tonight. Totally playing tonight. Oh, that was a lot of red mica powder. It wasn't supposed to come out that fast. We're going to put this in this resin and just kind of see what happens with this. But I think this is going to make for a really cute coaster holder. Add just a little at a time. Well, too late for that. It kind of went in there really fast. I tried to just sprinkle it and it didn't just sprinkle. My bat might disappear in this as well, so we'll just have to see what happens. You guys, I play. Ooh, I like that color. I do. All right, here you go. We're going to pour this in here. Especially for Halloween. I'm not pouring it all the way because I do want to put my bats in here. And hopefully I have enough. Oh, really? Okay. Play is fun. Play is so fun. All right, this guy just needs to go under the light upside down for a little bit. I'm going to have a lot of cleanup tonight, you guys. Our first bat is in there. I don't know if he's going to show up or not. You're right. This one's going to be hanging upside down, and the other one will be in there, right? Julie, I didn't think about that. All right, there's our second bat. If you can even see them with how red this mica powder is. It was a lot. And I'm just hoping that I've got enough. And I think that I have just enough. You guys, like seriously, if I didn't mix that up perfectly, I don't even know what to tell you. Like that was exactly how much resin I needed. Like exactly. Holy moly. That was awesome. That was awesome. Who knew? Oh, that's cool too, how it reacts with the mica powder. Oh, you guys, that's so cool. I still have a bubble right there that's not popping. But now that I've done alcohol, should I try my lighter? Or is it going to catch on fire? That's what I thought might happen, you guys. Oh, man. That's how you get the air bubbles out. Dollar Tree, Liz. Dollar Tree. Now I'm really having fun. Now I'm really having fun, you guys. I don't see any air bubbles, though. All right, I think we're good. All right, like I said, you guys, this is going to be a two-parter. We got all the bubbles out now. We got them all out. This is going to be a two-parter. So, I have to clean up all of this mess. You guys have to come back tomorrow. We're going to see how these two coasters work and how they look. And then these other three, I'm going to show you guys a completely different technique without the acetate sheets with the resin to make it look completely different, okay? No, an air dryer is just going to add even more air and more bubbles in it. So you don't want to use an air dryer. So this has to sit for 24 hours and then we can pull it out. If it didn't turn out, I will fix it. And we're going to make it absolutely stunning, okay? All right, you guys. That's it for tonight. I got nothing really to show you. You guys have to come back tomorrow to see what happens with them. Yeah, bat number 2 turned out okay. The thing is that I think I might have had my resin so concentrated with the mica powder that the bat's going to disappear in there. So we're just going to have to see what happens with the bat, but I still have a little bit of resin that stayed in there. So we're going to go ahead and just let that cure underneath the light and see what happens with it. And pull it out of there. Okay, you guys, that's it. Y'all have to come back tomorrow. You have to come back tomorrow for the reveal. You've got to come back tomorrow to see what happens with these. Thank you, Linda. I don't know what I'm doing. We just play. We play. I know, right, Missy? So tomorrow we'll come back. We'll finish these up. We'll do all of the things. They're going to be gorgeous. But you guys, the paste combo right now is on sale. This is one of our Christmas specials. You get both of these pastes, and I think it's like 20% off, 25% off for both of these jars of paste when you buy them together. And if you're a Perks member, then you're going to get an additional 25% off or whatever it is. So check out all of those specials on there. Oh, I'm so glad, Tina. Don't be afraid to just play around with this stuff. Yay! All right, we'll see you guys back here tomorrow. Love you all so much. Thanks for watching. Bye, everybody.